survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity.
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is.
It's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up?
We heard something on the roof.
What the hell is this?
I actually think that because of this movie, I think that Krampus or Krampus, I honestly think he's a hero. Because he just gets rid of the most annoying families. So, yay. Yay, he wins. I'm happy about that. So this movie, it's based on the ancient legend known as Krampus, where he is, he's known as the Shadow. Or, if you're being bad, Santa goes, all right, you've been bad, so guess what? Krampus, there you go. Take care of them for me. And instead of giving, he takes. And in this movie, it's about a family who just are so annoying and unlikable that the one of the kids, he's pretty much the only one that has like the Christmas spirit left in him. Pretty much. Like there's his grandmother, who is the one that's trying to keep his spirit still alive. But one Christmas, it's like, nope, I'm done. So he has a letter to Santa. He then rips it up and throws it out the window, and it sends it into the sky, which then summons Krampus. And then it becomes a siege, like a House Under Siege movie, where the power has been cut. There's no one coming. They're trapped. And they have to survive Krampus and his misfits. Now, I will say this right off the bat. Pretty much everyone in this movie is unlikable. I hated everyone in this movie. Because they have, there's the main family, which it's, the parents are Adam Scott and Toni Collette. And they have their two kids, and then the grandmother, who is Toni Collette's mother, and then Toni Collette's sister and her family, who they just suck. They're the ones where it is, they're like, we're going to enter your home, tell you we have a dog, even though we didn't tell you anything, say your home is garbage, say your food is garbage, and treat you like garbage. That is the moment when I would go, I don't care if you're family, get back in your vehicle and go back home. You do not come into my home, disrespect my home, the family, because they pick fights with each other, and like anything else. And that's in the first 20 minutes of the movie. So already I'm going, God, you just I want you guys to die. Please. Find something that makes me want to see you live. I just don't care. And then the movie slowly gets into, the House Under Siege. And it's pretty much all the family members are like, what are we going to do? How did this happen? And then the grandmother's like, because you made this happen. All of you did. So you cannot blame anyone but yourselves. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this movie it's directed by the director of Trick or Treat, which I really like. And that one is an anthology movie, but it's around Halloween. I think Trick or Treat is better than this. I think Trick or Treat is better than this. With Trick or Treat, it has multiple stories in one, But even with this, it's like, all right, I don't need like the multiple stories in one. I get it. It's like a house under siege, and they're being stalked by, an ancient legend. I get it. I'm with it. But it's just, you have to spend the entire movie with these incredibly dumb and unlikable people. And I'm like, I don't care. Just please go away. Then when Krampus, I think when Krampus is in the shadows, or you see his silhouette, or you see parts of him, it's cool. It's cool and creepy. And I really like that. Then towards the end, when they show what he fully looks like, I'm like, oh, like, you didn't need to do that. But okay, whatever. But the toys were, I think, the thing that saved this movie. Honestly, I think the suspense, and when his toys attack, it honestly saved the movie for me. It saved it from being terrible and just kind of forgettable. Because, there's a part where, one of the family members is being like harassed by little gingerbread men, which felt very Evil Dead or very Army of Darkness. And I'm just like, all right, I'm with this. But then once it got to the actual like toys, it was cool. It was just like, oh, you're doing this. Like, they put the spin on the Jack in the Box, where what if the Jack in the Box had like predator teeth and had like meat underneath the teeth? And it's like, oh, okay, I like that. And what if he was the size of a giant like elephant, but was like a caterpillar? I'm like, dude, all right, I'm with this. Show more of that. Like, that's what I want to see. And yeah, they started showing more of the toys. And I'm like, dude, like, keep it on that. Like, that's cool. Like, please keep it on that. But then once they're there, you then get a couple minutes with them, which is cool. But then they're gone. I'm like, no, please. Like, please go back to them. That's what I want to see. I don't want this family to survive because you all just suck. So I don't know. I know quite a bit of people that do like this movie, but to me, I liked the story. I liked the effects, especially like the whole, like what I just talked about, the Jack in the Box thing. That entire thing was practical effects, which I loved. So they definitely, and some of the toys were practical effects too. And even when they weren't, it still felt kind of grounded. But then it's like, okay, we're obviously being silly here. We get it. So this is more of a horror comedy, where it's like you're starting to get horror, and then when the toys then show up, it's like, okay, that's horror. Okay, that's just silly. That's just comedy right there. So I like that horror comedy twist to this movie. But like I said, the problem was, it's just these characters brought the movie down so many notches. And like I said, if it wasn't for like the toys and then some of the suspense and some of the silliness, this would be a pretty bad movie for me. So I think overall, this gets fine. I don't really see myself rewatching this again. I think the scenes I'll only rewatch are the parts with the toys. Everything else I can just kind of skip, because I'm just like, yeah, you sucked. Yeah, you sucked. And then I kind of forget that, like, oh wait, Krampus doesn't kill them, he just captures them. Well, shoot, they're still alive. Whatever. So, I don't know. When I heard about the movie and I heard that it was the same director as Trick or Treat, I'm just like, okay, now he's doing a Christmas movie. Cool. And then I finally saw it, and I'm like, oh, like, I didn't like anybody. And, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't really for me, which is why it gets fine. But, I still enjoyed the practical effects and the toys, and especially like the his elves, I guess. The way they were just kind of in the shadows, and yeah, you kind of just see silhouettes, so you don't really know what you're looking at, I think was cool. But then towards the end, when they show what they look like, it's like, oh, no. Like, okay, that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of weak to me. But, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, so I think if you do like these silly, like, if you kind of want to see a a PG-13 Evil Dead movie, which just me saying that makes me want to vomit, because that just sounds horrible. But if you kind of want to see that Evil Dead style on top of a Krampus story, then I think you would dig this.
He is the shadow of Saint Nicholas.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.